Hey everyone, I'm Jacq with Yoga TX, and this is a really cozy, relaxing flow. This is something that I like to practice on days when I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious. So I hope that you'll find it to be soothing and calming. It will be good to have some props. So if you have a bolster or a blanket, blocks, even a towel that you can sit on or roll up into a bolster shape, that will be helpful. So let's start by kind of grounding down. We're starting seated like we usually do. I'm sitting on my blanket. Take one hand down to the ground so the fingertips touch the ground, and then flip your other palm so it's open. You can let the pointer finger touch the tip of the thumb. This is a mudra called Earth Witness Mudra. So we're connecting our energy, our wise energy, with the energy of the earth below. You can let the eyes close if you want to, and we breathe. If you need a couple clearing breaths, go ahead and take a couple sighs, or just some long exhales. And then eventually switching to that steady, even breath, in and out the nose, a soft ujjayi breath. Welcoming any intentions into your practice. My intention is to let myself relax. Isn't it weird that that's hard to do sometimes? You can let your eyes open if you close them. Take your hands behind you, bring your feet to the ground. Just wash your knees a little bit right to left. And then let your knees fall toward the left. Sit back up, left shin in front of you, right knee near the left foot. So I'm still sitting on my blanket for a little extra support, and we'll start with a twist to the left. So once you get your leg position set up, turn to the left hand behind you, right hand can come across to the other knee. Think proud chest, so you lift up a little bit from the sternum, which keeps our shoulders from collapsing into the heart. Relax your jaw. And with your exhales, let go of anything that you're holding on to. Whether that's a muscle or a thought. And from here, we'll take the right leg forward. So right leg will stretch forward. Left foot is near the right thigh, side bend, left arm up and over. And then reach your left arm to the sky, a gentle stargazer. Lift your seat up. Take your right hand to the back of your head so you can lay your head into your hand as you stretch up. Let the pelvis really lift. And then sink your seat back down to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together. You could take your block in front of you. We'll take a gentle forward fold. I'll bring my forearms to the block, palms open, let the head fall in. As you breathe here, see if you can breathe a little more into the back of your waist. And then sit yourself back upright. Take your feet down to the ground, and we'll take this awkward leg situation over to the right. So really this comes from, in yin yoga, there's a pose called deer pose. So it's right shin in front, left shin on the side. We'll turn it into a twist. On your exhale, turn to your right. Right hand behind you, left hand can come over to the right knee. And then remember to lift from your center, as if there was a string on your sternum and it was lifting up to the sky. Let your shoulders relax. And you'll send your left leg forward now. So you've got to do a little lean as you stretch the left leg forward. Right arm comes up. Side bend. Right arm stretches over. Imagine your right hand could reach your left toe. Maybe not in this lifetime, and that's okay. Sit back on up, right hand outside the right hip, a gentle stargazer. So moving with a little bit of a sleepier energy. So we're not in a rush like we often are in other areas of life. Sink your seat back down to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together again. Let's take the same pose. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. So that could mean folding deeper, or that could mean using your props in a different way. I'll rest my head in my hands this time so I can let the shoulders relax a little bit more. And then find your breath again. Press yourself back upright to sit, and we'll work with this deer pose that I mentioned. So same situation in the legs, but get your bolster or your blanket or your towel, whatever you have, and let's roll it up so we give ourselves a little bit of a bolster. Set your bolster off to your left side, and we'll start with the left shin in front, the right shin on the side. So get your feet situated, get your legs situated, and then we'll take that gentle twist. So you're twisting toward your bolster, and then once you're there, let the end of your bolster come up next to your left outer hip. And when I turn like this, my right butt lifts off the ground, that's fine. So you might find this lean, this turn to be enough. If you have further to explore, you can start to walk your arms forward. So depending on the size of your bolster and your body, your depth will differ from mine, as it should, because we're all different. So find the place that feels breathable. I'm coming down to the forearms and relaxing my head. You might stay up on the hands. Wherever you are, can you relax your head? Let the skull be heavy so the neck relaxes. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Think roll up to sit. So press your hands down into the ground. Let your head stack on top of your body last. From here, take your bolster in front of you, and you'll swing your right leg behind you. So I'm gonna show you how to transition it, and then I'm gonna switch so you can see me better. So you'll lean into the left hip, swing your right leg behind you. We're setting up for pigeon pose. All right, I'll face this way so we can all see a little bit better. So right leg swings behind you. You've got your bolster in front of you. It can be nice to bring a blanket or a block even underneath your left hip, glute, and then have a look-see at your back leg. So I'm tucking the toes to lift the leg a little bit just to make sure it's nice and long, and then lay the foot down without your toes turning in so your ankle is happy and healthy. Find your depth here. You can start to lower yourself down. And if pigeon pose is not a good fit for you at all, coming onto your back for a figure 4 would be a great alternative. When we rest, we actually are getting something done. I like to remind myself that because it seems like I have endless things to do. And chillin' is not at the top of the list, but giving ourselves the spaciousness to rest and digest means we can come back to whatever it is that's important to us with more presence. One more breath here. Roll yourself back upright, letting your head come to stack last. And then you can just give your legs a little shake. Stretch them in front of you, let the knees kind of bounce, turn the toes in and out. And we'll take this over to the other side. So we're starting with deer pose. So now we'll take the right shin in front and the left shin to the side. You'll take your bolster off to your right hip, turn to face your bolster, and then you'll start to lie yourself down. Or just walk your arms forward. So right here is a great place to pause. You're still getting the benefits of the twist, some sensation in the hip, and let your head go. And if you can, let your body completely meet your bolster. Bring one ear to your bolster. So your body is fully supported. And then slow you go. Let your head stack last. This time, as you lean into your right hip, you'll take your left leg behind you, setting up for your pigeon pose. So left leg behind you, right shin in front. And your right shin does not have to be parallel with the top of your mat. So your right heel can be quite close to your body. Again, check in with your back leg. Make sure it's nice and long. The top of the foot is on the ground. And then slowly lower to your depth. And when the mind wanders, because it will, when it wanders, see if you can guide it back to observing the breath. And some of us might find it useful to repeat a simple mantra. Now I'm breathing in. And now I'm breathing out. Now I'm breathing in. And now I'm breathing out. Stay with that if it's working for you. And then slowly begin to lengthen the torso upright once more. You can swing your legs forward. Give them a little shake. And then scoot forward on your mat. So you can come all the way onto your back, and you might as well just take your blanket or your bolster right underneath your knees right now so it's set up for you. Let's take a full body stretch. Point the toes. Circle out the wrists, circle out the ankles. And then draw your knees in toward your chest, both of them. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then from here, extend your legs toward the sky. Just stretch your legs up toward the sky as much as you can. And let your arms relax by your side. So just giving the circulatory system a little reset, letting the blood drain from the legs. Most of us are in the opposite orientation throughout the day, standing on our feet. So just letting it all reverse. Notice any sensations you feel, hot, cold, tingle. See if we can stay for 3 more breaths, finding that balance between effort and ease. And then slowly bringing the heels toward your butt. So bend your knees, bring your heels toward your butt. And then feet to the ground. Pause. Next, we're setting up for rest, for Savasana. So you can lengthen your legs one at a time, using that bolster or blanket roll as support underneath your knees. And then let your palms flip open. You can kind of snuggle your shoulder blades together behind your heart. Take a breath like that, or whatever feels like a releasing breath for you. Let your jaw relax. Maybe your teeth part slightly. Let your face soften. Let your belly relax. If repeating that simple mantra was useful for you, you might bring it back here. And if you're comfortable resting in quiet and just watching the breath, and stay with that. Stay and rest if you can. If you're ready to move on, bend one knee at a time to bring the feet to the ground. Roll over onto your side. Pause again. And then welcome yourself upright. Maybe you get to go to sleep after this, or at least head into the rest of your day feeling a little more even. Let's take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. A thank you to yourself for taking the time for what's important, which is taking care of you. Thanks for practicing with me. You can let your mind bow toward your heart, toward your breath. You can follow along with me on Instagram at mindfulish, and I will look forward to practicing with you here again. Thank you.